Hi guys, so for today's Busted Out, as you can see, I have some Crafters Companion sub boxes. I actually already did an intro and I ended up talking to my husband for a while and I forgot what I said, so I'm just going to redo it. What I have here are some that I haven't broken down yet because I realized I had never even used them. Maybe I unboxed them. I mean, this is years ago because this is number 12, number 13, and I have number 1. And I think I got to number 46 before I canceled it, and I just wanted to show you guys. So what it looked like, I had told you guys I had these kind of lined up in my master bedroom. So you can see I had 1 through 12, then 13 to 24. And I was taking them down. I thought, oh, I should take a picture. So then I had these other ones all lined up. Obviously this takes some height. So what I decided to do was finally break them down. So I just sat down. Where can I show you this? It's kind of weird. I just sat there watching videos, breaking them down, putting all the papers in one stack, and different things. And then I had recently broken down my A Year of Craft boxes, put the magazines where they're supposed to go, like in the binder, and put all the paper in one thing. So I had all the little Year of Craft boxes left. So what I did was I put them like all papers in one, and all like stamps and dies in the other, and all embellishments in the other, And it just made me laugh because I got to the one with the buttons, and that's when you guys were like, oh, that's when everything just went downhill. But yeah, and then I just want to show you like some of the old kits were really fun. They had different colors of like card bases. They were really, really nice. But I got to a point where, they even had instructions sometime, which I don't even remember that happening. So yeah, it's just something I needed to do and just finally break those down. So if I have any links to anything else in the description box, those will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you're purchase items to those links. Clearly not for these. I'll probably get to 12 and 13 and these other ones later, but I'm gonna do number 1 today, I think. But I did want to show you like how great this was. Like, look at number 13. It was a flower forming kit. I never used it. I'm sure I showed it because it looks like I rifled through it. I was gonna break this down, but I thought, you know what? No, I'll bust it out later. But look at all this flower foam, card bases, colored card. This one was really nice. It has the little toppers. It has like these gorgeous papers. It came with little templates to make a little box that you would then decorate. This reminds me very much of like a Year of Craft box where it's really like just really nice. Another box lid. This one's a different, box lid, a different box shape or size. I don't know. Or maybe, oh, you know what happened? Yeah, that's quite possible, is that I had picked up, that's what happened. I might have picked up another one of these boxes along the way and I consolidated them together. That's what happened, and I never used them. So not only did I have 1, I had 2. So what you're seeing is double pearls, double statements, double ribbon. But other than that, they were just really nice. And I really like this one. So as you can see, I really like it. I never got into it, but we will get into it at some point. But I just want to show you that. I think that was a lot of fun. Oh gosh, let me see if I can put this down. There it goes. And then this is number 1 that we'll work on today. This one is Stamps and Dies Floral Kit, and it just has some really cute stuff in it. I'll go through it whenever we actually use it, but this one, I think it had the little butterflies that you cut into your paper. It had the flowers that also cut into your paper but don't remove, so it's just a fun way to work with it. Oh, is that where this came from? So they had sent, I don't know if it was actually with this one. Yeah, Handmade with Love. Okay, so this is what's funny about this one. I remember something like this happening recently, or not recently. Dime Press had a set, and I think it said it instead of is or something like that, or is instead of it, and so they gave like a credit with HSN. I do understand that Dime Press is working on that to get the right stamp. It takes time to get it in, and then people will have to request it. But I will follow up with that when that happens, okay, guys? Because I know they know about it, and they are going to redo that one stamp. So at least that's what I understand. So we'll talk about that later. But that was with the paper dolls that was on HSN. If you guys remember, like the old school retro looking paper dolls. But look how it says Handmade with, but it's WIRH, Love. I didn't even notice, but they did send a second one to correct it. And this was like obviously this was years ago. This is number 12, and we're already on number 46, number 48, a few years back. And they sent Handmade with Love to go with it. So I put it in there, but I never used it. So just a cute kit. We'll get to that one at some point. But today, let's try out number 1. And I think maybe I never tried it or used it because, like, for posterity, or maybe I did unbox it. Like, I don't remember at all. When I opened this, I was like, this looks like I don't remember using it. Or maybe I used the die. I don't have no idea. But let's see. So this is Edgeable's subscription box number 1. And in fact, the receipt is still in here. From whenever it got sent. Oh my gosh, how funny. I'm sure it has a date on here, obviously. Let's see, what was the date? May 15th, 2018. So I'll put that to the side. Let's open this up. Really sweet toppers. I mean, look how pretty. The colorway on this, the design, precious memories. Thank you very much. Let's see what's in here. If they're all the same, that's kind of what oh no, look at that. What a sweet box. They did do another box similar to this. It was supposed to be a subscription box, but then I guess they decided not to make it. I don't know, but it was like the garden something box. I have like 3 of that one because it was so pretty, and I love the papers, and you were able to just pick them up on Crafter's Companion's site a long time ago, and I did that. But I think it's called like I'm looking at it right now. The boxes are right there, but I can't see the top to tell you the name. But it came with little paper flowers. Excuse me. So I was just gonna say, really nice ribbon, and it's a satin ribbon, and it looks like a really nice quality. The pearls, really gorgeous colorway. Card blanks and envelopes, and I like the way they were separated out. So like this blank envelope, blanks and envelopes, blanks and envelopes, and this one has a sideways cut to it, or score line, should I say? Ooh, this one has. See, this is why I didn't want to toss out the boxes, but I did. I unboxed everything and I threw away all the boxes except for the ones you see here. It has like a step up in the center. Another card blank is 5x7. Another step up that's a side step up. I mean, how fun is that, right? But, you know, they just change things up. So we have wishing you a happy birthday. It's like on the edge, or the kind that pops up. This is an on the edge die. Really pretty. Rub-ons. I wonder if these are still good. Sometimes they go kind of bad, right? 'Cause just that's how it is. Let's look at these papers. Actually, let me move some of this stuff. Let me rearrange this. I'll be right back. So, I'm glad I have this video for posterity at least, because honestly, it's so hard. And then I was like, well, I should just keep number 1 because it's the first one. But like, who cares? Like, in the long run of life, is someone going to come and be like, oh, that's number 1? It's fine. It'll be fine. I've been watching a lot of Hoarders Buried Alive, and that really helps. Honestly, when I do spring cleaning, I love watching those shows because I'm like, yep, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. Purge, destash, whatever you got to do. So here are the papers. I think these are more like, yeah, layering weight. I mean, they're a little thicker than layering weight. Like, they're not as thin as like printer paper, but they're not super thick. Really pretty, you know, colorway. And then these other papers. Oh my gosh, you guys. I mean, look at this. Do they have these in a paper pack? It looks familiar to me, but not super. Like, this is so pretty. So, I mean, they would just head out of the park after, you know, one after the other in those early days. I know I came across the one with the big butterfly dies. You guys remember that one? So pretty. So, what I'm going to do is, I guess, grab a card base from the kit, get some inspo from the box. Let me see here. And we'll go from there. And I was even thinking about taking pictures of the box, you know, and then toss them out, but I already got rid of them, and it's not that big a deal. Like with this one, it looks like they just maybe did some inking with that die on the edge, and this one they did a little fan work in the center here. Oh, very interesting. Obviously you're gonna have to score that yourself and then, I don't know, glue it in there somehow, whatever they did there. They did some fussy cutting, it looks like. And then this one here has that little die on the edge, which is interesting. It looks like they might have cut it, that one card base, instead of just having the score line, or maybe they folded it back and then, you know, die cut that in there. I don't know. Really pretty. So I'll just come up with something, and we'll make a little something from this. I know it's a little bittersweet, but yeah, I gotta definitely get rid of these things. So let me think about what I want to do. I'm gonna grab one of the card bases, and we'll just get to it. You know, I was kind of going through the cards to see what I wanted to start with, and this one is actually a gatefold card. So I think I'm gonna do that. I like gatefolds, and you know, we have lots of fun fold cards. But let's do this. And I don't think there are any examples on there, but I'm trying to think if I want to even use this at all. And if I did, how? You know, where I would put this. Because if I put this on the edge there, and then maybe I tuck some paper behind it, like whatever opens up. I've never done something like that. I don't know. I guess we can try. See how that goes. And then I'll cut like matte layers, and we'll go from there. Because otherwise I don't really know what you would do. Or you can cut like a piece that's just like a lace piece, you know what I'm saying, and then pop it on here, wherever. But I'm thinking is maybe cut it on this side, and also cut it on the other side, and then stick like a little matte layer back there. I'm so sorry. I literally have my lighting at like the lowest lights, and it just blows everything out. Actually, it's probably not the light then, it's probably the camera, the way it wants to pick it up, huh? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is tape this down. Of course, we're gonna open it up flat because we're not trying to cut into this back piece. I'm just trying to see exactly what that bottom piece looks like. Okay, so I probably should leave myself a little bit of an edge. I don't know what this is gonna come to. We'll see. I'm leaving like a 1/16 of an inch maybe. And I will tape that down. I'm going to run this through. This card base is 5.5 inches square, so that means it's 11 inches, right? If you want to recreate a gatefold like this. So 11 inches by 5.5, and it's scored at 2 and what, 3/4, I guess? Let me see, half of 5 is 2.5. Yeah, so 2 3/4 here and 2 3/4 there. Okay, so I'm gonna open this up like this. I'm gonna run it through my die cutting machine, and I'll be right back. I do want to mention as I'm rolling this through, a lot of times on an intricate die like it has a lot going on there, I'll roll it through, and you see I already cleared it, and then I will bring it back through just to get another pass. You know, some dies need that, some dies don't. Just depends what you're doing. And I can see that I still have like this middle section is just a little bit not cut, so I'm gonna do it again. And if I wanted to, I can add like a little scrap piece of paper. I'm trying to find a piece of paper, hold on. Something that will just push in that area like this. And I'll lay this on top of just that area where it kind of didn't completely clear, and I'll roll it back through. So I will be right back. I just didn't want all that cracking and popping on the thing, but either way, I put this piece just down the center, so it'll hit in that area, and that's much better. So I will clean this out. Actually, I'm gonna leave the bits there, and I'll clean it out after I do the other side. So I'm just gonna take this off, and just very carefully. And so if you want to put that on the edge of something, you know, you're gonna have that. I'm gonna clean this out in just a minute, but I don't want all the bits and pieces everywhere while I'm still working on the other side. So I'm just going to take this, and on this other side, this is pretty cleaned out because most of the pieces stayed in the card. There's a little one right here. The reason I always take the pieces of paper out, or at least try to, is because if they're mounted up in there, and it's gonna make it harder for this paper to get in that same spot, and then you might, you know, miss that spot or whatever. On this side, I'm going to do the same thing. Let me move this for now. And I'm just gonna eyeball it like I did before, about 1/16 of an inch, and then left and right. Put that tape and put this, and then I'm gonna run it through. And this time I'll run it through with that piece of paper already in that center area, just to give it some more pressure there. And I'll be right back. I'm gonna remove this little guy. And then just clean it out, and then we'll go to the matte layers and see if we can make something nice. Sorry, I was just looking at that. So yeah, I'm just gonna clean all this out. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Some people like to scrub, scrub, scrub from the back. Wherever it is that you want to do that, and I will be right back. Maybe I'll even find the little piece of foam that I usually do that with. Okay, that was painful. Oh my gosh. Even though it's all cut out, it's just like those little tiny, tiny dots really just want to stay there, you know? Oh my gosh. Okay, and then I started realizing, like, since it's on the edge, like, you know, it's not meant to cut out on this part, I still have this cut, but then that's too much in there for what I wanted to do. So as I'm looking at it, I was thinking about something like, what if I flip this backwards, right? But then I was like, well, you're gonna see the ugly side of this. But what about if we turn this around, turn our car around, turn our car around. That's how I feel about this right now. I'm gonna turn this right around. And then just turn this. Does that still meet up? Okay, hold on. Let's see how this, let's see what happens here. And I'm just barely like scoring it or turning it here. That's what I was trying to do, and I got this one. It kind of overlaps. It does kind of some funky stuff. I don't know if I like this or not, but you know what? I'm going to go with it, because otherwise why do we even do the on the edge thing? We'll see what happens. We'll see how this turns out. Okay, so what I need to do is cut little matte layers that go inside of here. This is completely whack, completely different from what I was thinking about doing. Let's see. That is, 2 inches. Okay, 2 inches by, of course, the 5.5, right? So I'm gonna cut some paper. I don't know if I just want to cut pretty paper now, or do I want to cut like a matte layer? You know what I'm saying? Like a matte layer and then a pretty paper. see what we got here. 2 inches by 5.5. I'm gonna cut it probably, oh gosh, 1 7/8 by 5 3/8, right? And let's go for this paper. And then we'll see what we do in the back. So let me see here. I said 2 7/8 by 5 3/8. I mean 1 7/8, sorry. So I'll go ahead and cut the 5 3/8 part right now. And then 1 7/8. Actually, I want it to butt up all the way in there, so I don't need the 7/8. I need 1 and like 15/16, okay, guys? I know those are some ugly numbers, but because I want it to butt up in here, but I still want that same edge of the 16th over here that we split between the, you know, 1/8 and 1/8, that's 16th. So 1/16, 15/16 or so, as best as we can get there. This is just the first cut, and then I'll probably go ahead and layer it, maybe with some pretty paper. We'll see. But for now, what I'm going to do, I am totally winging this. This might as well be Freeform Friday. What I'm going to do is put some glue here, not right to the edge, but, you know, leaving that little bit. And then here, that's where I want that glue to really be at. Take my pretty little paper that for some reason I bent. I don't know if you saw that. It's bent. Like, when did that happen? Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, okay? I'm just going to add, just like you saw me do this, and I probably am going to end up gluing this down just to keep it down. But for now, I'll put this flap on the other side, and I'll be right back. So we have those two pieces. That's really pretty. And then I think I'm going to pop in this guy. And so we did, let's think, 5 3/8. So this one will be 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. So, and I'm just going to cut into this pretty paper. We could have matted those together and then put it in, but I'm just doing it this way. I'm going to cut this way, I suppose. 5 1/4. Oh, the words are going to get cut down there. You know what? Let me see. How much is 1 7/8? 1 7/8 and plus another 1 7/8. That's 2. Let's say we need a little bit less than 4 inches, right? Okay, so that'll be good. I'm gonna cut this at 4 inches just to have this paper for something else because it's so pretty. I don't want to mess that one up already. So 5 1/4, and then 1 7/8. And another 1 7/8. And again, I'm just going to mat that up, but what I'm doing is butting it up to the edge, so then this little border is there, okay? So you have that pink border on this side, because this side's not going to matter. We're going to cover it up anyway, okay? And so yeah, I'm just going to glue this down, and I'll do the same thing for the other side. Definitely just fold it in at this, you know, to lay that down, if that's easier to see what you're doing. Either way. This paper is really dry, so it just wants to stick really fast. I'm like, oh no! Earlier with the pink one, when I layered it on this one, it was a little bit crooked, and it was just ready to stick. Now, that's kind of an interesting look. Look at that. With the little on the edge in here. If you wanted to leave that, you could have just glued it down. Not bad, but we're doing this. And I'm going to glue these down because I don't know what else to do with them. So I'm going to go ahead. If you want to tuck something behind there, of course, do that first. But for now, I'm just putting glue all along there, and I'll do the same thing on the other one. So just on that little bit, all down the side, and then over here. Okay, and I'll be right back. I'll do the same thing here. Okay, guys, of course, I'm realizing I haven't cleaned out all of the little spots. Okay, so while I was doing that, I went ahead and cut a piece of the same pink paper to go on the inside, and I cut it at 5 3/8 inch, just to really mat in there. I mean, if you want to mat this up, I don't mind that. Actually, it looks kind of pretty, a little pink coming in there, but kind of shows a little bit about how it was die cut. But I'm going to pop this in here, and I was going to mat it up with another one of the pretty papers, but you know, if you're going to write a sentiment in here and all that, I don't know if you really want to add another pattern paper, or you know, maybe just use a little bit of it, a little pattern paper, maybe cut a little strip and put it on the side or something pretty just to bring that back in. But for now, I'm just going to keep it like this, plain. because that's what I do. And then here, I was going to take one of the sentiments. These things, where are they? So I'm going to go through these. Maybe I'll add some of the little flowers. We have pearls. And see which one I like best to kind of pop on one side, and it's going to hold this, you know. Or we can add ribbon. I mean, there's lots of things you can do. Again, I was kind of flying by the seat of my pants on this one, so I don't really know exactly what it is I want to do. And also, if you want this to meet up, so right now they're kind of touching, if your original plan was to kind of fold it back, I would just find where it is that, you know, maybe bring this, I could have set them off of the edge, maybe another 1/8 of an inch in, and then that would have pushed them away a little bit from each other. Does that make sense? Anyway, I'll be right back. Sending good thoughts your way. That's cute. I mean, there's lots of pretty. Look at this one with love on your birthday. So pretty. Yeah. And do I want to pop it up? I'm trying to think if I want to pop this up, like, or just leave it flat. Maybe I'll leave it flat, and then we'll use some of those other dimensional, you know, like the flowers. I don't even know if I'm going to put flowers on this, to be honest. Because then it's just going to be kind of bulky, and there's already flowers in this corner and flower in this corner. If I put it here, I don't know if I like that either. So what I'm going to do is eyeball this, and I'll probably put glue here on this very, where it actually has, a, you know, not the lacy part, but just here. So I'm going to sit that down like this, and I'm going to put this here, centered. I'm going to hold that down for a bit. Maybe put a little something on it like this, and I'll be right back. Going all over the place, this one. So we have that. I'll probably put some pearls on the outside. Kind of interesting, very different. And then we still have these rub-ons, and like I said, let's see if these even work. And now I'm looking at them to peek kind of behind there. Actually, there's lots of pretty things in here. I mean, oh my gosh, look at, so there's some white ones and black. Really pretty. And the reason this kit feels very familiar, I think it's because they did another on the edge die not too long ago. And I did do a tutorial of that one, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to cut these out. What I'm thinking is I'm going to put like this rose in here so you kind of see it poking out. And then maybe this little flourish down here. I think I have another rose. But I kind of want to put this little flourish there and see what that looks like. Why not? We're already kind of off the beaten path here. So we'll see if they work. Hopefully they still work. Because these are very old. 4 years old, right? I mean, we're almost in May, now that I think about it. Okay, let's see what happens. So we take off of here, and I just kind of want to see what would be poking out or peeking out. Ah! Where are we? I want to make sure I'm on camera for y'all. Okay, right there is good. And let's see. So I haven't used transfers in a long time. I can see already, I don't know, as I'm rubbing it, it starts getting like dull looking. See how it's nice and shiny black here, but it's dull here? That's how you know that you did get it transferred. The only things that are tricky, first of all, they damage your paper. Secondly, if you pick it up and one part isn't transferred, you make like a little, you have a little issue. But as long as you don't move it, you should be able to just lay it back down and keep transferring, you know. So I can see that looks opaque. Just less black. I don't know how to explain it. It just looks less bright, and you know that you've gotten it. And here. And what I do is I will carefully pick it up, see where we're at. It looks like everything's nice and clear there. Yay! Look at that. I got some, oh, it's glue from over here. But I got something on here. I'll have to use a little eraser to erase that off. So that's kind of peeking out from behind there. Yeah, just something different. Okay, I'll do the same thing. I'm going to do the same process. It's going to take me a little minute like you just saw. Down here, I don't know if I was going to put it this way or the other way. Oh, that's pretty. Just a little something. I'm going to move it over it. See, it's already wanting to stick because they are a little bit sticky. Maybe a little more this way. Okay, buddy. Just a little more this way. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do the same process. Rub, 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 rub until it looks like it's transferred, and I'll be back. Okay. Pretty. And you know why I did that is also like when you write your little message, if you write it in here, that way you don't write here and then you have like words here, you know what I'm saying, peeking through. So it's just something to finish it off and just like frame it out really nicely. Really pretty. I think it came out really nice for not knowing it, you know, where I was going with it, which is typical, but let's see. These are pretty. I love the colors in this. So I'm just gonna pop some of these little guys on here, and that's that. You know, I will link the tacky tool. I get questions about this all the time, and I always say, like, I don't keep a link for it because it goes in and out of stock on Diamond Press's site. It goes in and out of stock on HSN, and I have a little goo on here. And I think it's in stock right now. And what day is today? I know HSN still had the $5 cart for until the 13th, going into the 14th, so hopefully that's still available. And I don't know if I'm going to add another set of them up at the top. Maybe this one I'll do a creamy color. And then go in with the pink, because I did pink, cream, cream, so now cream, oh, pink, pink. And that's that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Yeah, you know, just cleaning up and doing different things and seeing kind of what I have. It's just giving me a breath of fresh air to kind of see what's going on and hopefully get to playing with them very soon. But there it is, guys. Aw, a walk down memory lane. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I gotta take that little bit of glue off there. I'll have some images for you guys coming up, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.